The world of OLED TVs has never been more competitive, and in 2025, two models are standing out as frontrunners for the top spot: the Samsung S95F and the Sony Bravia 8 II. Both of these TVs represent the very latest in OLED and QD-OLED technology, combining stunning visuals with cutting-edge performance. But if you're trying to decide between them, the choice might not be as straightforward as it seems. In this video, we're breaking down everything you need to know to make the right decision, from picture quality and gaming features to sound performance and smart features. I've linked both TVs down in the description so you can check today's prices while you're watching. Let's begin with design, because first impressions matter, especially when you're investing in a premium television. Both the Samsung S95F and the Sony Bravia 8 II look exceptional. They're incredibly thin, almost disappearing when mounted on a wall. The bezels are nearly invisible, and the build quality screams flagship level. Samsung opts for a slightly more futuristic, ultra-sleek aesthetic, while Sony leans into a minimalist elegance that blends well into any environment. Whichever one you choose, you're getting a TV that looks just as good when it's off as it does when it's on. Now let's get into the heart of it, the display technology. This is where the battle really heats up. The Samsung S95F uses Samsung Display's latest generation QD-OLED panel, combining pure RGB color with improved brightness and contrast. The result is an image that's vibrant, sharp, and incredibly dynamic. QD-OLED technology enhances color volume and maintains rich saturation even at peak brightness levels, which gives the S95F a slight edge in vividness, especially in HDR content. Watching nature documentaries or high-action HDR movies on the S95F is a jaw-dropping experience. The colors are incredibly rich, and you get that infinite black level only OLED can provide, but without sacrificing brightness. The Sony Bravia 8 II, on the other hand, relies on a traditional WRGB OLED panel, but with Sony's legendary image processing. Powered by the Cognitive XR processor, the Bravia 8 II delivers arguably the most natural and cinematic image on the market. Sony's motion handling and upscaling capabilities are still best in class, and if you're watching standard 4K or even lower resolution content, the Bravia does a phenomenal job of making it look better than ever. Sony also fine-tunes color accuracy for more lifelike skin tones and more subtle gradations in lighting, which makes a big difference in film and TV watching. In terms of brightness, the Samsung S95F pulls ahead. Thanks to its second-generation QD-OLED panel, it hits higher peak brightness, especially in highlights during HDR scenes. That gives it a more punchy, dramatic effect in certain content. The Bravia 8 II is no slouch, but it doesn't quite match Samsung's brightness levels. However, Sony's superior tone mapping and processing make sure highlights still look realistic and not overblown. If you're watching in a dark room, both are amazing, but if you have a lot of ambient light, the extra brightness of the S95F might be a deciding factor. When it comes to gaming, both TVs are top tier, but they take slightly different approaches. The Samsung S95F is a gaming powerhouse. It features full HDMI 2.1 support with 4K at 120Hz, VRR, ALM, FreeSync Premium, and incredibly low input lag. Samsung's Game Bar gives you instant access to frame rates, HDR settings, and aspect ratio adjustments on the fly. If you're a competitive gamer or want a plug-and-play experience with your PS5, Xbox Series X, or gaming PC, the S95F is built for it. Sony's Bravia 8 II is no slouch in the gaming department either. It also supports 4K 120Hz, VRR, and ALM, but Sony's gaming interface is a bit more streamlined and basic compared to Samsung's. That said, if you're a PlayStation 5 owner, Sony has optimized its TVs to take full advantage of features like Auto HDR tone mapping and Auto Genre Picture Mode, which enhance visuals and performance seamlessly when you boot up your PS5. It may not have the same flashy tools as the Samsung, but the gameplay experience is still fluid, responsive, and visually stunning. Audio is another category where these TVs start to show their unique personalities. The Samsung S95F features object tracking sound light, which creates the illusion of sound following the movement on screen. It's a solid built-in speaker system, especially for a flat panel, but it's still not a replacement for a proper soundbar or home theater system. On the other hand, Sony's Bravia 8 II uses Acoustic Surface Audio Plus, a technology that vibrates the screen itself to create sound. It may sound like a gimmick, but the results are genuinely impressive. Dialogue appears to come directly from the actor's mouth, and the spatial separation is better than you'd expect from a TV's built-in system. For anyone not using external audio, Sony holds a slight edge here. Smart features are strong on both models. The S95F runs on Samsung's Tizen OS, which is fast, responsive, and packed with apps. It also supports Samsung's SmartThings ecosystem, Samsung Gaming Hub for cloud gaming, and seamless integration with voice assistants like Bixby, Alexa, and Google Assistant. Sony's Bravia 8 II runs on Google TV, which is arguably the most intuitive smart TV interface available today. It integrates deeply with Google services, has strong voice control with Google Assistant, and supports Chromecast, Apple AirPlay 2, and HomeKit. For users already invested in the Google or Apple ecosystem, Sony's software might be more appealing. As for pricing, both TVs are premium models and they're priced accordingly. The S95F is typically slightly more affordable than the Bravia 8 II at the same size, especially during sales. Sony tends to hold its price longer, banking on its reputation for superior image processing and cinematic quality. If you're price-sensitive, Samsung might offer more value, especially for gamers. But if you're all about accurate colors, refined processing, and immersive audio, Sony justifies its higher price tag. At the end of the day, choosing between the Samsung S95F and Sony Bravia 8 II comes down to your priorities. If you want maximum brightness, bold colors, and cutting-edge gaming features, the S95F is an absolute beast and arguably the best QD-OLED TV you can get in 2025. But if you're a cinephile who values picture accuracy, smooth motion, and immersive sound, or if you're deeply integrated into the PlayStation and Google ecosystems, the Bravia 8 II is going to deliver a more polished, refined experience. No matter which one you choose, you're getting one of the best OLED TVs on the market today. Both are future-proof, 4K 120Hz ready, HDR powerhouses built to deliver next-level entertainment for years to come. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. Are you Team Samsung or Team Sony this year? Which one would you pick for your setup? See you in the next video.